Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about a very common problem on M9 gas blowbacks. Right here I have the KWA PTP pistol somebody dropped off, I'm working on right now. And one of the problems it's having is the trigger sticks back every time you shoot it. And this is a very common problem not only in the KWAs but in pretty much all gas blowbacks have this problem eventually. I don't know if you can see in there, but yeah, right there, there's a little spring in there that returns the trigger back to its spot over fire, and that is broken, and it's a very common problem for them to break in these guns. So I'm going to show you guys how to get that out and replace it with a new trigger spring. And if you guys don't have a trigger spring, I will put a link in the description for you guys to go and buy one off KWA's Pro Shop, and I believe it's $3, so they're not too expensive, and they should work in all M9 blowbacks. Alright, you're going to want to start by flipping the gun over so it's facing this way, and you're going to want to take a flathead screwdriver and remove these two screws that are holding the hand grip in place. Alright, now once you've done that, it should pop off fairly easily there, and there is a little spring right here. This is the tension spring, and you just want to be careful not to lose that. Just pop it off like that. Don't lose that. And then once doing that, you should be able to take a screwdriver under this and pull this off. Alright, now once you've done that, you're going to want to remove your trigger. There's a little pin right there. You just want to take a small little punch to that, and you should be able to push it out. Like that. Alright, and once you do that, your trigger will be free. You should be able to see the broken spring right here. There's a broken spring. I'm going to be replacing it with this new spring from KWA. You're just going to want to put the trigger back in place. Slide it back in there and line up the holes where the pin goes. Take your new spring and you want to put it down in there so the two sides of the spring guide are facing down like this. So you just drop that down in there. Alright. Now this is where the tricky part comes in. You gotta put the pin back through and get it lined up with the spring you just put in. So I'm going to attempt to do this here on camera. Alright, once you put the pin in there, you should be able to get this spring lined up fairly easily with it and push it down into place like that. I don't know if you guys can see that, it's kind of hard to see. There, basically you just get the center of that spring right in the middle so the pin pushes through the center of that spring. And then alright, and once you get that pin and spring in place, the trigger should work just fine now, as you can see. Now to start putting this back together, you want to flip it back over to this side. You want to take this and line it up right in there with the holes in the trigger, so it slides the pin right through there, and this will line up right in the back right there, like so. Alright, then you want to take your tension spring right here, and to put that back on, there's a little groove right there with a circle. You put the spring lined up like that, and then you want to put your thumb right here and hold that in place and take some kind of screwdriver, something small, just push that spring back into place in the slide there so it'll keep the tension on there, and if you did it right, the trigger should work like that. Alright, once you get the tension spring back in place and you tested it, make sure it's working, you just take your hand grip and screw it back on with the 2 screws. Alright, and once you get that screwed back on, your gun's good to go, and it should work just like new. Hopefully this video helped you guys out, and if you guys liked it, make sure you subscribe and check out the rest of my videos on my channel. Thanks guys.